Leprechanun Talks on the path of life. The vegetarian. The person who only eats the vegetables. This is May 6, 2018. I've been a vegetarian, vegan for 40 years or more. You can imagine, I don't know how to explain it, but it's getting worse. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. I could usually, 20 years ago, I could go into a restaurant and eat food, and I say vegetarian, and I get food that doesn't taste of meat, but I don't know what's going on. I go in now, and I just tried to have a meal, but I had to give it back to them. It was supposed to be noodles with Parmesan cheese and asparagus, and I asked in detail, and I said, look, I'm a vegetarian, you know. And they said, no, vegetarian. And this big gigantic slop of noodles, green noodles, came back on the plate. I mean, it was enough for 4 people. And there was some asparagus in, and usually if you have, like they said, Parmesan, and usually if you have Parmesan, like the person puts the Parmesan on, but there's a kind of culture in certain areas, and I'm not going to say what the areas are, but there's a kind of, it reminds me of this log. I mean, I'm sorry tree, but this is what I'm living in. This is the society I inhabit. I mean, I don't mean the tree, but anyway, they cut it, so it's cut. They're cutting it themselves, you know. To hell with it. They're cutting down their own society. That's the end. I mean, this is a goddamn low-level, retarded society that we live in on some levels. On other levels, it's not. But, I mean, even 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I could be just saying to people, they understood vegetarian. Now there are some places you go to, they're just classic, fat, meat-eating establishments. And like, from, as if they're, that's some kind of garlic plant. It's a kind of garlic leaf plant. I'll have some of that, might help me. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's a leafy garlic plant. So now the nature is helping me, because I ordered the simplest food, and I kept saying a vegetarian, right, and no mushrooms, because I have a mushroom allergy. And no. And sorry about the eating, but I feel sick. I don't want to be forced to eat their food. So it turned out that the so-called vegetarian noodle with Parmesan and asparagus, I took a bite and I could taste straight away the meat, and it said grilled. And then I asked, and they said, oh no, in the oven. Well, you don't grill in the oven, do you, unless you make toast? And then I said, well, I can taste, it has to be having been made on the same kind of like pot as where meat was done. I can taste the meat. And they said, no meat. So I said, well, you have to use fat then, because I could, and at first I tried to force myself to eat it. I thought, oh well, I better eat it. I ordered it, and maybe I'm not tasting what I'm tasting. My brain is telling me you're tasting it, lady. Oh man, I mean, it's a trauma, you know. If you've been like 40 plus years vegetarian, it really is a trauma to taste that goddamn meat taste. And I'm not like this activist, you know. I'm not some wacko that attacks someone if they've got a chicken leg on their plate. I mean, I give the little catios their chicken, I make it for them. I'm not one of those. I am just myself. It's my choice. I'm not. Your choice is your choice, right? But when they do this crap, I'm sorry. You can hear them upset. when the meat eaters, the really big fat old style, you know, back in the 60s meat eaters, going back in the 50s, going back wherever, when they won't listen and they force their diet or their taste onto me, that is when I got upset. I don't force anything on them. They want to put that stuff in their colon, that's their choice. So this stuff, and I did the second, and I'm really sad that I even took the second and third, and then I couldn't. My body was saying no, no, no. I'm not a vegetarian for intellectual principles. I'm a vegetarian. I can only eat vegetables because that's what I can only eat. From when I was a little kid at 4 years old, I was hiding the meat under the potatoes, I wouldn't eat it because of the taste. It's not ideological, it's not intellectual, it's not thought out. I cannot stand the taste. So here later, like my God, we're in 2018 and I've got that, and you know, just to taste it, it makes you feel sick. So in the end I said, look, I'll pay for it but take it away. But not only that, it was on the plate like a big piece of slop. I've noticed that these meat eating places, they do their big steaks. It's not everywhere, it's just a certain culture. I'm not going to say what culture it is. I mean, you might want to, oh, tell us, please tell us, you know, we want to be warned, but I'm not going to say it. It's political, you know, it's a political, it's an ugly part of mankind, it's an ugly part of humanity, and I'm not going to address it. Oh God. And that the leaves are helping me. I'm going to pick herbs now and get that rubbish out of the taste out of my mouth. But the fact of the matter is, we're all on the path, we humans, all of humanity is in the path. And then the people say, oh, what the vegetarians are doing, they impose their ideology or their thoughts or their feelings on us. Well, I can tell you right now, you big fat meat eaters who will put fat onto a vegetable meal, or who will grill it on a grill that has got meat grill before, you're imposing your reality on us. I'm not imposing anything, but they don't care, you know. That's what I'm saying. It goes the other way too. And here this is my world.